My name's Kieran Drain. I work for G's Marketing. I'm the site production manager. So that basically means anything that's produced on this site, I'm in charge of it. Today I came into work, usual time, which is around 5 or 10 to 7. Swipe on as I arrive, and then I'll go for a wander around the site. That involves going around our dispatch area, walking around all the different production areas, because I feel it's very important to walk around in the morning, see what's happened, anything's happened overnight, see if there's any produce laying around that shouldn't be where it should be, and then go around and generally say hello to everybody. Good morning, how are you? Make sure all the factories are started and running, and then that'll take me to around about 8 o'clock, 8:15. After I've seen orders start coming in around 7:30 to 8:30, so we get a feel of what the day is going to progress. And then at 8:30, I'll make my way up to the main office, where we have a kind of like a group production meeting, where I'll go and represent the 3 factories, and I'll just say a very short bit on the general position of the factory, the quality of the stock, and what the day is going to look like going forward. Then at 9:30 after that meeting, we have our specific factories morning meeting. That will run for around about half an hour. It's supposed to be quick, punchy. We have got whiteboards on the walls where I display all of my daily results for each of the factory areas. So we're looking at 0 rejections, 100% customer service, no accidents, and most important is make money. Today we've had some issues on celery. So one of the issues, because of the yield, has been very low, so it was very important that I got out to the field today to see the quality of the celery. So I'm doing just coming out to the field because this is some celery which we're going to be harvesting in the next 3 or 4 days. So I just want to get a feel for what the celery is going to look like before it comes into the factory. Because particularly if the quality is not particularly good, we need to get extra labour in to deal with any quality issues. Or the other way around, we can maybe cut labour out and plan in shorter days if the celery quality is good. So all I'm doing, I'm just going to cut it out from the bottom from the ground, and then what I'm looking for is any internal issues. There is a few on the outer ends of these celery at the moment. You can see it's starting to turn because we're getting towards the end of the season. So I just cut in a bit further, and there's some more quality issues there, but all in all it's quite a good sample. During the day I'll generally get lots and lots of different issues that I need to sort out. If I could sit still for an hour and not do anything, I would do that, but generally there's always something. So I'm going to take you up now onto the rig, which is actually a mini food factory. And hygiene upon the rig is extremely important, so we need to wash our hands before going up with some alcohol gel. We're standing on the back of the rig now. The cutters are down at the bottom there, cutting the celery. It comes up to the top here on a series of conveyors after being trimmed to length. The rig is driving down the celery field on 2 tracks at the pace at which the cutters can keep up. Now what you can see, we've got the PTOs coming up the top here, which are then crated off onto a pallet and sent back to the factory for our secondary process. The rest of the celery, which at the moment they're doing a heart, is then chilled in a wash tank. It's packed on a flow wrapper into the box and potentially straight to the supermarket. So nothing else needs to be done to this now. It's been packed, it's been labelled, it's put in its box, it can go straight to the supermarket. As it leaves the field, it will go on a refrigerated trailer running at less than 5 degrees to our dispatch on the lorry to the customer, potentially within 24 hours.
Kieran and production managers like him have got to remain calm. They've got to be analytical, they've got to be good at, technically good at what they do in terms of their knowledge of their product, but they've, most of all I think, they've really just got to be able to manage and get the best out of their team. And Kieran's pretty good at it.
The celery that we've seen trimmed this morning out on the rig has now come in here, QC checked, and is then put into cold storage. 3.5 degrees in here to keep it nice and fresh, and then it's now going onto the trimming lines where it will then be washed, packed and sent out to the supermarkets. I'm just seeing that the celery is getting washed well enough at the moment. Because obviously with heavy rain you can get heavy soiling on the celery, so we need to make sure that the tanks are doing a good enough job for us.
The production manager it's a difficult job. In fresh produce, it provides a lot of challenges. I guess there's two aspects of life as a production manager, which you interview for. Technically, of course, we want people to be intelligent and analytical and knowledge of product and process. Things you get taught, we look for that. Academic skills, we look for it. But just as importantly, and it's probably true for most industry, but very true in this one, that we also look for attitude and approach. They're vital.
We're going into the high care part of the factory now, which is the final part of the process where the product can be handled. So it's imperative that it's kept very, very clean at all times. Hence, we change our footwear. This barrier, which I've just stepped over, is a barrier between outside the factory and inside the factory. So now I'll wash my hands once here, and then I'll put on the white jacket as we go through, wash my hands again, then sanitise, and then we go into the high care area, which everyone's wearing the same outfit: white boots, white jackets, red hairnets. So here we are, we're packing the celery on the flow wrapper here. It's exactly the same operation as what we saw on the rig. It's a flow wrap bag, a top and bottom seal with a back seal on the pack. Each pack then passes through a metal detector and then a check weigher. It's because it's a ready-to-eat product, we have to do a metal detection check on every single pack that goes through the factory, because we cannot take a risk of packing any metal into a ready-to-eat product that a customer could potentially eat without washing. It then also is weighed to make sure that we're packing the right weight that says on the bag. This metal detector is then checked every half an hour by a QC operative to make sure that the machine is working correctly. I want to make my way over to the radish pack house because we've got a large promotion starting this weekend, so I need to get in there, see the supervisor and make a plan for the weekend over the orders, and also have a good look at what the quality is, because we're experiencing quite a lot of rain at the moment. So the quality coming in again to the radish pack house could be variable. And with the large promotion, weekend coming up, need a good plan going forward. Hey, so what I'm doing, I'm just getting a brief overview of what the quality of the radish is looking like coming through. Really, we're just looking for anything with these long stalks. You can see the girl here, she's pulling them off. And then looking for anything, any external defects, etc. that could be on the radish. All in all, this is a really very good sample that's coming off the field at the moment. This has been harvested, what are we on? It's been harvested yesterday, we came in last night, packing it today. So it's very, very fresh crop, kind of going out to all the major supermarkets. After the product's been graded through there, it comes up and goes through a vertical form filling machine. It's basically a multi-head weigher at the top, and then the radish is dropped down at 200 grams into the bag is filled, and then again it goes through a check weigher, as we saw in the celery pack house, and is then packed into boxes. Just making sure that the finished product we've packed, that the print is very good and clear, and that the radishes look good, and this really does looks excellent. The scale of the operation here is absolutely huge. If you buy some radish in your local supermarket, it's very, very likely that it would have come from our factory. It shows that we're producing, on average, 500 to 400,000 packs of radishes a week, and supplying virtually the whole of the UK market. Our relationships with the supermarket are ups and downs. They have quite strict rules they place upon us, but it's a fresh produce industry. You are working to a very short shelf life product. It's not like producing baked beans with 6 months life, putting them in store, taking them out and sending them out whenever you need to. We have to react very, very quickly. An order may come in at 9 o'clock at night and be going out at 8 o'clock the next morning. So you are found with yourself being pushed to the limit to get the freshness and deliver to the required specifications for the supermarkets. Okay, we're now standing outside of the dispatch area after a very long day. These are the last 2 lorries now being loaded. There could be 100 vehicles leaving this site. However, most days there's around 40. If there's 100 lorries leaving, we have to be extremely slick. So the lorries have to come in, loaded, out, very, very smooth. So I'm now off to swipe out and go home. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. And if you get into this industry, I'm sure you'll find it very, very rewarding, as I have done. My top tip for anyone wishing to get into the industry is to get yourself a Saturday job, work really hard, don't give in. If it's chucking it down with rain outside, don't worry about it. Just crack on, keep on going, and make yourself shine. You'll see other jobs going on around you. If you see those jobs, have a go at them. See if you like them. Then, once you've left school, you'll have a good idea of what the industry is all about. Then you can make that decision of when you want to get onto the management ladder and work your way up through a business.